Hello everybody and welcome. My name is Baba Yoba, or you can call me also Great Man Ayilara, and I'm so sad and also quite distressed to be talking to you today. And in as much as I try to wave it aside and not address it because of the nature of my own duty in the scheme of life in this dispensation as Ifa priest and Babalawo. It is very, very important that we differentiate spirituality and politics. However, if spirituality is bringing bad politics, we must be able to address it. I was also reluctant and hesitant to address the issue of the Fulani herdsmen and the ongoing tribal stroke, ethnic genocide and religious war, as I will really call it, that is going on in southern Nigeria currently. When I mention southern Nigeria, I'm talking about the southwest, south, southeast, and all. The Igbos, the Yorubas, and Ijos and all. I try to ignore it, not because I'm not actively talking about it, but because the scope of my target audience are not comprising of Nigerians only or Yoruba only. So I wouldn't want us to wash our dirty linen outside because of the reach of my own broadcast. There are African American, Cubans, Venezuelan, Brazilians, and all of those other people of races and colors who embrace African spirituality, of which I am an ambassador and a teacher of. I really want us to wash our dirty linen inside so they don't see us as unorganized nation. But something struck me today, having been poked so many times in my inbox to speak about it. A certain lady who is from the Caribbean was meant to come to Nigeria to see me, and we've been making the plan all this while. She was going to come with her sister and also her mother, and she suddenly said she is reluctant to come because of the insecurity level in Nigeria. And I also tried to tell her that it's the northern part that is really insecure, and she started, I didn't know she knows so much about the issue we are struggling with. You can tag your friends and family and even send this to them so that they will be able to learn it. I will avail you a little bit of history and take you flashback into the past, even though I was not alive when those happened, but we have historians who were able to document the event of things. It's going to be summary, total summary of things, because event is repeating itself right now. The old Oyo Empire was a vast empire that is being ruled by Alaafin Oyo. The meaning of Alaafin is emperor. You know, there are kings who dominate kingdoms, and there are Alaafin who are emperors over empire. So the old Oyo Empire was so vast, it is even bigger than the British Empire of today. Every empire retained their kings. We have the Thailand, we have this, we have that. The North Korea, South Korea used to be Joseon, and they used to be ruled by emperors. We have the Xin Empire also, which belongs to the Chinese folks. The greatest of all the empires in Africa is located in southern, in the Western Africa. After the Western Africa Empire, which belongs to the Alaafin, we also have the Ethiopia Empire. And what we practice in all of this used to be called Ethiopianism. African spirituality used to be called Ethiopianism, because major chunk of Africa is covered with that mentality. And we always have the Alaafin, which is the the emperor of Old Oyo Empire. It used to be an empire. And the Old Oyo Empire spread away from Oyo State, which is in the southwest of Nigeria, to almost the border line of the northern Nigeria, or the Middle Belt. The Old Oyo Empire covers even the Benue, the Middle Belt, the Ilorin, Kwara. It spread across to all of the Benin Republic, into Togo, into Ashanti in Gold Coast, which is the Ghana of today. So when you go to all these nations that I talked to you about, which are not part of Nigeria today, as far as Ghana is concerned, they practice the divination system of the Yoruba people, and they call it Afa because of tongue. You will see it in Togo, you will see it in Benin Republic. The Old Oyo Empire cut across all of those places. It was a big and huge empire. And the leader is Alafin, which is the emperor. Or issue started developing according to the temperament of one emperor or the other, and how much they give to the invaders to come into their midst. We keep losing relevance gradually. Now, amongst the Old Oyo Empire, which even goes down to the Ijebus, which are not really the descendant of Oduduwa, they were immigrants from the other side of Africa. Some would trace them to Sudan and all. I am an Ijebu person, and you could easily see it in the trait. Awujale of Ijebu land do not bow to the emperor of Oyo. We have our own dialect, but we speak Yoruba, and we are both merchants and also warriors. So what Ijebu does is to do trading in war. If you want to fight your brother, that's none of our business. We hire soldiers and warriors for you. And your brother also, if he can afford a fee, we also hired. So Old Oyo Empire was comprising of several people. It is an empire, diversity and the unity of it. You can make confirmation of all I'm saying to you. We have the leader of the Ijebu people called Obanta, which means Obanita, an external king, a king outside of a kingdom. Aboru Boye, Aboye Boshishe, I greet everyone joining us. Now, it is in the attitude or the character of the emperor of Oyo Empire to appoint the warlord, who will be the representative when it comes to invasion, external conflict, because we have a system of government always already structured. We have the legislature, the judiciary, we have the executive, we have all of these things. We have the warriors, we have the traders who are the merchants, we have also the kingmakers, and also which are the Oyomesi, we have the kings. But it is the emperor that always appoints the most brave, the most courageous, the one who does almost like activism and is ready to lay down his life for the people of this empire. And this person is the Are Onokakanfo. That is the meaning of Are Onokakanfo. The one who is the warlord for all the Yoruba people who are in between or within the coverage of the Old Oyo Empire. He is only responsible or accountable to the Alafin, which is the emperor. That's the person who chooses him. The warlord is not a person who lives a fancy life. They always live outside the gate and outside the wall of the city. They are not entitled to a fancy life. They are not kings. They don't have a throne. They are always living in the bushes by the roadside, making sure that external invasion do not come into the empire itself. By the words I'm saying, you would have seen that we have lost it. Totally lost it. And I'm going to give you a brief talk on how we lost it. The most recent and the previous, or let me say, the most popular Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò that we have in this empire, this Yoruba empire, was Chief MK Abiola of whatever memory. Chief MK Abiola, in whatever memory he has carved for people, is not the most saint of all people. The man is money oriented and he will do anything to get money. I'm not saying this with apology. Me, I don't care. You know, I don't. This is why I don't talk. When you push me to talk, you are ready to hear the truth. When all the kings gather together to insist that Chief MK Abiola is released from prison, having won the mandate of the people to be the president under SDP, Babangida, General Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida, had to give a paper document to tell the kings that this man has sold his birthright. Contract awarded and not awarded. He was issued $800 million, $800 US million in those days of things that he does not deserve. And it is in the agreement that he will not have anything to do with the presidency. You want to eat your cake? And you also want to have it. Scheming about each other. So when one person reached out to me and said, you are not saying anything about the Yoruba people, I said, Yoruba rororo bi inu ale, Yoruba rororo bi omi okun. Ogbo Yoruba osa. You can't fight for these people. They are traitors within themselves. So when I bring forth African spirituality to you, I do not bring it forth as a representative of the Yoruba people. I bring it forth as an African person. Because I know my people. And my people, they know me. I know the way they do things. We are behind you, but they will kill you. Those guys are, you don't want to deal with them. Always in disarray, always killing each other. The Akintola and Awolowo saga. The Tinubu and all of them, those messy folks. You would always think these people are of a blessed memory. I don't know what memory they are blessed. From the time immemorial that the Awolowo and his cohort started introducing political appointees as Oba on our land, I knew there's not going to be, because the late Awujale, the late Oni of Ife, Oba Shijuade, cannot boldly, if we wake him up today, say that it was not through the influence of Awolowo that he became the king. So we ask him, are you supposed to be the rightful king on that throne at that time? It is through influence, your relationship with Oni Oba Adesoji Aderemi, and the pressure from Awolowo that installed the Awuja, the past Oni of Ife, which is Oba Okun Adeshijuade. They started that nonsensical stuff of neglecting Ifa divination to pick kings and use political influence to install kings. Now you wonder why Tinubu is doing what he's doing. He learned from his people. So before you think that Awolowo is in one heaven enjoying his life, is the best of the day, they also mess up these things. Everybody have their own flaw, but we must give them credit for being. Since the time that kingship in our land become a political appointment, that was when we lost out on it. So the Alaafin will do antagonism against the Oni will do antagonism against Alaafin and all that. When the Oba Okun Adeshijuade, the past Oni of Ife, traveled out, it was the current Alaafin that went to report to the army, to the military, that the Oba Okun Adeshijuade has gone to Israel to hire spy or enemies or this enemy soldier to come and eliminate the current military man on the throne. And I think that was the time of, what's the name of this guy that is the president now? Buhari. How did he do that? It was the Alaafin, the current emperor, that went to MKO to cook up that story, and they had to start desecrating the throne, their traditional throne. The very first time you ever hear that they are suspending a king was when Buhari administration in those times, I think 1984 or so, suspended the Oni of Ife. And the man said, this is a taboo, it is not heard of. Well, how did you come about this? And they got to know. The issue of if Oni of Ife is the head of all the Oba or is the head of all the Orisha is for another day. We didn't lose it today, we lost it a long time ago. But what I'm talking about today is the Fulani's agenda and the ongoing religious war in southern Nigeria. That is my concern. The appointee called Are Onokakafu, in the time when that appointee was of the person of Afonja was the Are Onokakafu in that year, when he was having issue with the person who put him as the Are Onokakafu, which is the Alaafin, the emperor of those times. And because the Afonja came from Ilorin, and during that time, he happens to meet one guy called Alimi. And the Alimi is an evangelist, a crusader for the religion of the Invaders, a Fulani man. Alimi was a Fulani man. Now, before you begin to talk about, see, religious war will always start and end on the foundation of genocide cleansing, tribal cleansing, ethnic cleansing. If we preach to you and you don't hear, we cleanse you. That would take me back to how to fight jihad. I was born into Islam. I became a pastor before I left all those nonsense. Hear me now. Muhammad, the prophet of the Islam people, said in the Quran, when you want to fight jihad, there are two types of jihad. I must have told you. The greater jihad. Let's fix the lower jihad which concerns us. The lower jihad is a form of evangelism by force. He said, go into their land. Tell them that Allah is the only one you bow to. Give them time to think. If they do not accept, put a tribute on their land. Do it in such a way that they will prefer to come to Allah than part with their money. If they now refuse, choose a day between you and them when you will fight to death. Whoever dies, lose out. So there is this ethnic cleansing and genocide plan, even in Islam there. If we try to convert you to Islam and you refuse, what we do is to do ethnic cleansing. Kill all the people. What I mean by ethnic cleansing, kill all the people in that land, put your own people and let them continue to worship Allah. You can decide to agree with me or disagree. It doesn't remove the fact. I'm not one of your ordinary Babalawo who does not read. I read every form of theology available in life. I read the Christian theology, the Judaism theology, the Kemet theology, the Islam theology, the Zoroastrianism theology, the Buddha theology, all kinds of theology. I've gotten my degrees in all of them. And I realized that these are things not meant for Africa. It's a poison to the soul of an average African person. So before you begin to think that this thing is blah, 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 there is a war called genocide, ethnic cleansing going on in Nigeria right now. And everything boils down to the religion of the invaders. What was I saying about Are Onokakafu Afonja? Who was supposed to be the warlord? Who was supposed to prevent the invaders from coming into the empire? He met with a certain man called Alimi. Alimi was a Muslim evangelist. They always go around with their sword. Look at all the Fulani'S you see today. They always go with weapons everywhere they go. They are entitled to weaponize themselves. They will go with either sword, with all this their label, which is a small knife, or guns. It's not something that they go to say, okay, you are a certain age. As little as they are, as early as age 6, you are meant to know how to use weapon. And your mission is whoever does not agree with your knowledge, eliminate them. So killing people is like killing ram to them. It's not a big deal. So when a Fulani person tells you that I will kill you, run for your life. It doesn't say he will kill you without knowing that he must kill you. It doesn't bluff. They don't bluff. That's the way they are. Alimi was the one that Are Ona Kakanfo, which is Afmaja, ran to. The very invaders you are supposed to protect your kingdom against is the one you now went back to fight with you, pledge allegiance with them. So the Alimi and his people rally around Afmaja to fight off the warriors of Emperor, because Afmaja was growing wing and going beyond control. After that happened, and they chased away the warrior of Alafin, which is the Emperor. The Alimi people saw how it is to be in power. This is a free land. It's a lush land. We can breed our cattle and even create our own mini caliphate here. Alimi went back to Sokoto to go and get the flag of Sokoto. That was how they turned Ilorin to a Muslim country today. Part of the bastard, the Omoale, that believe in the concept of Islam invasion in Ile-Ife there, Osun State, are the people of Iwo. Iwo people. You can see the Oluwo saying that he's an emir. If he says he's an emir, he's not bluffing. No. He knows his root. He knows his root. They always know what they are talking about. They know their root. They fight for that. See, when it comes to war, everybody fight for the blood they belong to. You will not know. You will just be aligning with your blood. If you don't know history, you will not know the mistake you are making. It was the very first, that Afonja, which is the Are Ona Kakanfo, who was meant to protect the Yoruba Empire from the invaders, who went to call the invaders to parley with him. And when those ones saw how it is to taste power, they brought more people to kill Afonja himself and began to Islamize the whole of Ilorin, the Kwara and the rest of them. You can see they are different kind of Yoruba people. Those guys are not Yoruba. Just forget about it. They can speak Yoruba. Their concept is different. When their sheikhs and their clerics are teaching, with every causes, every distinct, you can see the violence in their mind and the way they speak. Those guys are also Fulani. Fulani mixed with Yoruba people. There was a time I was acquiring lands, and I was taken to a certain, is it Guanara or something, very close to Shaki. They claim it is a Yoruba land. Everyone in that land, they are not speaking Yoruba. The land is good. I wanted to start planting soybeans. They leased me acres of land. I just sat down and I wonder, how is it that this Fulani man is the one who is leasing me a land in Yoruba land? One thing led to the other. I just told my younger brother who I put in charge, I don't want to lose you, leave the land for them and the money. So if you think you are just going to wake up today and you will chase these people out of your land, they are your government. Majority of the people you put as governor and all that, they know their root. They will play a blind eye and ignorance game regarding it. They will say you are exaggerating. They will say it is not up to that because they are fighting for their people. It is the agenda of their people. They are representative of their people. The caliphate with the representation, representative called Alimi, started invading and all that. They have one single aim: eliminate the people who do African spirituality using Yoruba culture and put Islam, force it on them. Unfortunately, there is a difference, huge difference between Hausa person and Fulani person. There are Hausa Fulani who are crossbreed. There are pure Hausa, but there are many Fulanis. The Fulanis are not even Nigerians. They are from Niger and Cameroon. So when you want to direct your aggression, direct it to the right set of people. The Hausas are not your enemy. The Fulani that speaks Hausa, the Fulani Hausas are your enemies. There's been crossbreeding and all that. There are Fulani Yorubas too. If you don't know, go and know. They will claim to be Yoruba, but they are not. The folks like Saraki them, all these Saraki people. So I said, if some of us keep quiet, It's not because we don't have people to listen to us. It's because there is a can worm. If we open it, it will affect people. Will die. They will lose their life. So I saw what Sunday Igboho is doing. Should I blame him? No. He's fighting for his people. But with all due respect, if Sunday Igboho will listen to this, I don't know how open-minded he is. The very people who are hailing you today, they are the people that you are fighting. They will push you to the edge of your breakthrough and take away the advantage from you. They will kill you eventually. Nigeria, Yoruba. You don't know, you know nothing about the people you are fighting for. Inside the Ibarapa, Igangan, the rest that you are fighting for, they have crept into it via sexual reproduction and all sorts of things, and they play. These people don't play. They pledge allegiance. The only advantage they have above the Yoruba people is the cooperation. When their leaders say yes, they go. When they say no, they go. Unfortunately, we have a Fulani man as a president who will do anything to ensure that his people take over. The agenda of the Fulani, they are nomads. They are nomads. You know, the nomadic people who roam around. And they believe everywhere they roam to, they do claim it. They believe they are adventurer. But wherever they have explored is their own birthright. That is their mentality. Nigeria is not their problem. An average Fulani person does not believe in Nigeria itself. He believes in the land where he's staying. That whatever make me walk with my 2 legs and my cows to this land, it belongs to me. The concept of ownership, buying, leasing and all that does not concern them. Their mentality, the way they were brought up, is that anywhere the sole of their feet step to, they should claim it, either by crook or by whatever. Those are the people you are trying to negotiate with. Those are the people you are trying to take. They will kill your women, rape them, kill your men, mess life up. They will do anything to replace themselves. There is no place in the north where these people are located that you will see a Yoruba kingdom, a Igbo colony. But there is nowhere in the south that you will not see a Sabo. Sabo is supposed to be the colony of the people, of the Fulani people. They even have Seriki. They even have a king in your own land. You dare not even become something better in their own land. Do you have kings of Yoruba in Sokoto or in Kaduna? Why do we have? Somebody said we can still win. We cannot win. Look at Lagos, for example. Lagos, for example. Have you ever been to Lagos and see a Yoruba man doing a gate man, security guy in Lagos? All the expensive houses, every estate have Hausa Fulani people at their gate. You are their master, but they know the secret of your life. They know when you come in, they know when you go out. They are the one you call the Métis. From them you buy provision. What does it cost them if they get the alert to poison what you are buying from them? If their Seriki tells them to kill all the people in Lekki today, do you think it's going to be by gun? They will just enter. They know the in and out of your house. You even pay them to kill you. You will look at all the places in Lagos today, even Southwest, even up to Ijebu. They are the one doing Marua. They are the one doing Okada. Where are our Yoruba people? Where are they? Where are the Igbo people? How much do these people have to have so much effrontery to creep into you? They marry your daughters, give birth to children who still have their blood and their mentality. In the military, they are there. Everywhere they are there. Am I instigating that we should break up Nigeria or whatever it is? Breaking up Nigeria is even too late. Because the truth of the matter is, if these people decided to go war with us, they will kill all of us. Forget about it. And forget about their innocent Sani Dezua and all that. They are weaponized. They have guns. They have everything they need. They are trying it in Jos. They are trying it everywhere. If not that the whole eye is on them in Lagos especially, they will mess up everybody in Lagos. And they have the ability to mess up everybody in Lagos. The war is lost. Daniel is asking me, is this a lost? It's a lost war. What did you first hear about Akeredolu, the governor of Ondo State? Evacuation. After the Miyetti Allah visited him yesterday, the song, did it change or not? It changed. He said no. It's the government reserve that they said you should leave. What about the people killing people in the town? Just the same yesterday, people were traveling from Lagos, Lagos Ore to Bini. They were killed, they were kidnapped. Children who are orphans, they took them from orphanage home and all that. You will work in the FCT itself, not to mention other. FCT is supposed to be the most secure city. You see these people roaming around in the city. It is okay to kill the young one at Lekki toll gate on October 2020, who are not armed, who are not carrying guns. But the military and the police force will protect a Fulani person who is carrying gun obviously before you, who carries sword, who carry arms and ammunition. Ordinary dreadlock you do in Nigeria, in your own car, they sentence you to death. The SARS will kill you. Beside your car is located a certain guy who is a Hausa Fulani person and is carrying gun roaming around. Those ones are justified. It seems okay for them to go about with arms and ammunition, but it's not good, you as a person, to just be harmless and move around. So is the war not lost? These people have institutionalized what they are doing. They are the head of service, of security services. They are everywhere. They are in your presidency. And they will boast with all sense of responsibility that you cannot do anything, they will kill you. And they will kill you. They don't bluff. They don't bluff. Somebody is asking, what about the Ijaw tribes? What about the Ijaw tribes? What is it about the Ijaw tribes? I don't understand. Are you talking about the militancy that are protecting themselves against cheating? Or you are talking about them also being marginalized, being killed? I'm talking generally for southern Nigeria. Southern Nigeria. Southern Nigeria. Somebody is saying they roam about on the highway with shovel and cutlasses in Abuja. They carry guns, so it's a lost war already. I'm not saying to Sunday Igboho to step down, but I've given you a brief past history that comes around this thing. It didn't just start today. It has been a war of the ancient days. The Fulani have always had their eyes on the lush land of the southwestern Nigeria. They have always wanted to occupy the southwest of Nigeria. And we are not saying don't come. We are one of the most hospitable people in the world. But when you come with your idea, don't impose it on us. It is not by force to be a Muslim. It is not by force to face Kaaba to pray. It is not by force to go to Mecca. It is not by force for us to call Allah. We have Shango, we have Oya, we have Oba, we have Yemoja, we have Olokun, we have Obatala, Obatasa, we have Ifa, we have everything. Have your day, let us day our day. But this, the religion of the invader, this is the concept of the religion of the invaders, and that is why I am fully against it. No matter how peaceful you are as a person, as long as the religion of the invader is the formulation of your hypothesis in life, you will be domineering, you will be forceful. Somebody is saying, should we fold our arms and watch till they kill all of us? We cannot fold our arms. What I'm saying is, it seems too late. It's not a war that we just end because of Sunday Igboho. Because Sunday is picking up now. Do you know how long those people have been in Ibarakwa? So even you, let us even say it. Where do you want them to go? Some of them have never known anything but Ibarakwa as their hometown. Where do you want them to go? What will be the difference between you and a Idi Amin? What? We are saying the government should regularize things. The government should regularize things. And the service chiefs who are not protecting the life and properties of people should be sacked. We are saying that when you are going to vote in 2023, vote people who are patriotic. Somebody will say our best bet is Bola Tinubu. That man is well, it's your choice. I won't tell you who to vote for. But if you want to collect the remaining change after selling Yoruba, go and vote for Tinubu. Go and vote for Tinubu. Go and vote for him. Go and vote for him. So the Sunday Igboho that started doing all this today, they went to burn his house down. Me, I don't have a house that they want to burn. You can see I'm always in the car. I'm always traveling here and there. I'm on Tobelan Bridge right now. They're about to open the bridge, and that's why I have the time to be talking to you. But we'll speak our truth. The problem of the Yoruba people, the problem of the Igbo people, the problem of the South people are the South people, Yoruba people, and Igbo people. And there is the concept of Nnamdi Kanu, who is fighting for Biafra, using a very dubious means, hiding behind the camera, evading arrest and all that. A real you can't just be you can't just be riding on the wing of those who are staying in Nigeria to fight for Nigerians and be tarnishing their effort with your people should just wake up and know that Nnamdi Kanu is a joker. He's just a coward. Why are you running? You want to fight for people. Every time you see somebody rise up against oppression, you want to leverage on their popularity to do your own thing. I'm not saying Yoruba should fight for Igbo or Igbo should fight for Yoruba, or they should not fight for themselves or for one another. But I'm saying every man to himself. Right now, we are trying to survive the continuity of our race, of our tribesmen. People should get heroes from their tribes to fight for them. When we finish the battle, we can now come to the round table and now share a cup of coffee. So I'm not saying, okay, rally out support for Sunday Igboho or don't rally support for him. It is left to you. If you like the suffering, go ahead. There's still one of you or some of you that went to his house to go and burn his house down today. And what you are aiming for, it is life. I don't know Sunday Igboho from anywhere. I started even hearing of him maybe like roughly a month ago or so. But where is the Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò of Yoruba land? That is the question. Where is the Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò, who is supposed to be the warlord protecting Yoruba land from invasion? Where is it today? Where is Gani Adams? The same thing that happened to Afonja. Was it no Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò that we have in Yoruba land that they gave pipeline contract to during the Jonathan era? Jonathan era destroyed Nigeria. They keep messing our life up and keep pampering us. It was under the Jonathan era that Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò Gani Adams, who has been made a deacon in one CNS church currently now, who after taking the Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò of Yoruba, went back to Genesis Church to go and do Thanksgiving, that he was given the pipeline protection contract. Have we failed or have we not failed? Somebody is saying, is he a lost war? Is it not a lost war? How much did Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò give to Aláàfin of the current place to become the Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò? Let us probe. How much did Mayegun, the so-called Mayegun, who is Kwamwan, what's his name? Ayinde Marshal, their musician, give to Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò before becoming the Mayegun of Yoruba land after 11 years of lobbying for it? Lobbying for it. Do we have the right kind of person to call our Aláàfin of today? What is Baba doing? Iku Baba Yeye, Moshifila Foriade. What are you doing, sir? How are you making Nigeria better since you have become a king since the past 50 years of your life? What has changed in Yoruba land? What is your stand? All this title, chieftaincy title that you are releasing at the rate of millions of naira, millions of dollars. So when are you going to stop? Are these people living up to their expectation? Are these people fighting for the Yoruba people, which you are making them the officers of? Or don't you know that Yoruba is a nation within a nation? That we are the first most organized group in the whole of Africa. And that's why our deity are the most popular deity in all of Africa. I don't know the deity that is popular from South Africa or whatever. But a South African, even to Cuban, Venezuela, know about Shango, know about Oshun, know about Ifa. That is to show you how popular we used to be. But look at our kings. The likes of Oluwo, that witch smoking, uncontained human being. Look at the Elegushi that was just appointed. Look at the Oniru, by those puppets that was given those chieftaincy titles by Tinubu. How much do this king collect whenever a political person go to their place? So the political person, a governor, can dethrone a king. I don't understand what is happening to us anymore. A governor, ordinary governor, can threaten, dethrone a king because why? That is who gave you your certificate of occupancy. When the king started collecting salary from the government post, I knew they can never have mouth anymore. So what is left in Yoruba land? What is left in Igbo land? What else are we made of? Full of craps. We think we have traditional institution. Where is the institution now? What can we do on our own without the government approval? What can we do on our own without taking approval from the government? Do you know that our kings cannot travel without going to take approval from the governor of a state? Do you know that our king cannot even appoint anybody without taking approval from the governor of a state because they live on salary? So look at us now today. Where is the Are Ona Kakanfo? Because the one that passed before this one was even appointed based on money. It was the money of Abiola that earned him Are Ona Kakanfo. What is he Kakanfo in? What is Are Ona Kakanfo in? Why are we so unfortunate? Why do misfortune always befall the greatest people on earth? Money. You, these kings, are the ones who were selling us to the people who took us as slaves. Because people lay back money today, you were the one who were selling your children for the price of a mirror, for the price of umbrella, for the price of a bicycle. Somebody asked me, how come we are so powerful and the slave master took us away? I said, how come the Jewish nation was so powerful and Hitler was still killing them? There's always a traitor amongst us. And it's so unfortunate that the very ones that should protect us, which are our leaders, our kings, our chiefs, are the ones who are betraying us. So look at where we are today. Look at where we are today. Ọmọ ẹlẹ́rọ padà ń jẹ́gun o, ọmọ aláṣọ ń wà kísà o. Àwa tó yẹ ká máa jẹ̀fọ́, àwa ń jàṣán. Is it supposed to be so? But when we talk, it is still you people, Yoruba people, that will be giving some change, some money, owó tí ò lè là yín, to kill your brothers. To kill your brothers. I know how many of you come to me in my inbox, threaten me, try to look for my child, and all, because of the simple truth I tell about African spirituality. Just on the broadcast we did on witchcraft, explaining witchcraft to you alone, you are the one coming around trying to kill me, threatening me every time, reporting my pages. The same Yoruba people. The same Yoruba people. So I wonder, when are we going to be free? Is freedom coming? No. All this one that hooliganism is now being introduced to freedom fighting and all this killing, it will not do anything. When they unleash the constitution against you, that's when you will know that the constitution of Nigeria was not written to favor any southerner. It was written to favor the Muslims, the Islamic folks, the northerners, the Fulani'S. So nobody should be saying it is a coward statement for you to say that no, this is not a religious war. It is a religious war that is going to be won through ethnic cleansing and genocide. And you are only deceiving yourself if you think that those Islamic nations are not part of the people funding all of these things. How the Iraqis or the Irans are funding the Boko Haram, and all of them killing each other. A Yoruba king that called himself the Oba of Lagos, Akiolu, wanted to pray in a Zoom meeting, and he couldn't even do 2 minutes prayer in Yoruba, doing the real incantation and ensuring that the power of the universe is released. What he was saying be similar, and instead saying Fatiha. How can a Yoruba king be praying in Arabic? What is the business of a Yoruba king leading the Jama in? Oh God! Oh no! It is still you people that put Oni Risha. Do you know the meaning of Oni Risha? The head of all Orisha. Oni is not a king; he's a priest. The chief priest of all Yoruba spiritualists. He's not a king; he's a priest. It is still the same Oni, the priest of all the Yoruba people that say Jesus is his own father. Those baboons that you guys make kings catch me angry. So I constantly go against these people, and some of you come against. There's a particular page that is always coming against me when I speak the truth about these kings. One day, the wife of the Oni, is it Queen Lizzie or Queen, whatever they call her, was doing a crusade inside the palace, and she was singing Eshu Tite Ula Lala, that Eshu has been disgraced. A queen of Yoruba land, the wife of the chief priest of Yoruba spiritualist. When did we get to this spot? Do you guys know what you're doing at all? So the Oni wanted to dedicate his son, took him to church. He wanted to do Thanksgiving of the 5th year on the throne of his ancestors. He went to church to go and do it. The Oni who wanted to do Thanksgiving of 1 year on the throne, he went to mosque to go and do it. These baboons you making always go to mosque to give praise to Allah, always go to church to give praise to Jesus or Yahweh. And they are sitting on the ancestral throne of Yoruba people. When are we going to start addressing those issues? When? The other one I posted on my page the other time was saying that we should make Jesus the Lord of Akpoyi nation. Are we not mad already? How did they become kings? Was it Ifa that chose them, or the politicians? Are we now bidding out our throne, ancestral throne today? So the highest bidder take the throne. Where is the institution of the Oyomesi? Where are the kingmakers? Where are the antagonist institution of every kingdom? When the Oba is having excess and becoming a tyrant, where are those ones who checkmate them? Those who don't know their past will repeat the mistake in the future. I do not want to have interaction with any king in Yoruba land as of now, because I find it appalling for me to bow myself to them. They are sold out. They are traitors. They are betrayers. They are the beginning of our trouble and the fuel to it. Sunday was talking the other day. If Buhari go to Daura today, or any of these their caliphate, whenever you want to greet them, he will bow, even as the president of the nation. If it comes to to southern Nigeria, in our own place here, he will stretch his hand forth to our kings. When he àìkọ́ba níbẹ̀rẹ̀, àìkọ́ba nínọ̀ró, ẹni arọ́ba fín, lọ́ba ń pa, ìdọ̀bálẹ̀ là ń kọ́ba. We greet our kings prostrating, lying flat, because they are representative, our leaders. But it's our king going to go and drink coffee with politicians now. So a king will go to the house of politician will say, wait for me, I'm coming. Since the time of Oni of Ife, Obade Soja Aderemi, things have messed up. They have westernized Yoruba institution. They have westernized everything. So they are the one collecting contract. Kings are the one collecting contract from government. A king opened his mouth in Lagos and said if the Igbo did not vote for one person who is from APC, the Okunagbe Lagoon will take them away. What kind of a king is that? It is only a person who is not a king that is always reminding people that is the king. As the king of this, as the king of this, must you remind us? By your way, by the way you live, from your charisma, from the way you move, from your decisions, we will know that you are the king of this particular territory or land. But you have sold your birthright. So you need to remind us all the time that you are still the king. In those times, do they burn somebody like me well to come on this kind of public place and be talking about the king? But where are they today? Where are they today? All the palliative they were given to the masses, they gave them to these kings to distribute because they are the nearest to the grassroots. They all did a meeting and they frozen those palliative and warehoused them to the point where Gary began to spoil. Indomie, kings are hiding indomies from the publics who are hungry. What have we done wrong? What is going on? So here you are today, you are trying to tell me to respect your king. Who the hell is your king? A king should look out for his people. A king is not one terrorist, one tyrant, one greedy person, one covetous person. All they know is how to snatch someone's wife, sleep with them, take someone's land. If you want to buy a land or even lease a land in Ilefe today, in Osun State today, you know how much of millions of naira that you have to give to that man called Oni Adeyeye, that he will collect from you. And that doesn't give you surety that he will still give you the land. Do they become kings so that they can sell the ancestral land to the Chinese, to the highest bidder? What about the owners of the land? What about the son of the soil? So you look at where you are today. They will rather give respect of life and property to the Fulani'S because they want to be wonder than you, who are their subject. So my question to you is that, are you going to free yourself? Are you going to free yourself? Election is fast approaching. You think 2023 is so far? It's not so far. It's fast approaching. It's not left to you. Call your brothers, call your sisters. Call those who are close to you. Tell them revolution starts by putting the right people in place. And we should cultivate the habit of respecting the institution of our government than the governors or those who are in the institution. All this nepotism sentiment and all that should stop. Everybody wants to identify with America. Is everybody doing life like America? They have their own corruption and their downtime too. But what are you doing to be a better person? Look at the life we live right now. The whole of Lagos belongs to Bola Tinubu. He's the one claiming land, doing everything because he's the one who put the kings there. They dare not say no. Kingship is now a contract for the politicians. It didn't start today. Awolowo started this nonsense when he started lobbying the throne for the late king, for the late Oni of Ife. He started lobbying. Awolowo started, I repeat, Awolowo started this thing. And whatever happened to Abiola, he sold his birthright. What they said is that give us another man who will become the president. Another Yoruba man who will be the president. The agreement with us and Abiola is that we have paid you off from this thing. Forget about it. See, you can't go and take money from a bad source and think because you are building mosques, you are building churches, you are sending people to school, you can launder yourself. Those whom you beg money from will always recount. Agreement is agreement. Am I saying it's go for them to have killed him or whatever if they killed him? I don't know about that. But the man was not a saint either. Is Awolowo a saint? He's not. Obashidu Ade, was he a saint? He's not. No one is a saint. But I'm saying our life did not become miserable today. It is not today this thing started. It has started a long time ago. Remember what I'm telling you about Are Ona Kakanfo Afonja? We have always been unfortunate to give the greatest power to the most nonsensical people. What is Gani Adams doing today? Is it the job or the duty of Sunday Igboho to be fighting for Yoruba people? Where is Adams? Is he his job? Is it the job of Sunday Igboho? Who is Sunday Igboho? If not that because of the scarcity of food, a king is now eating poison. Who is Sunday Igboho to start with? Does Sunday Igboho have the right to fight for Yoruba people? What is his mandate? What is his title? Is he an officer in our order? In the order of Yoruba people, is Sunday Igboho an officer? He's not. But because we have bastards, foolish people, corrupt people, nonsense people, corrupted people, thieves in our offices in Yoruba land. That's why someone like Sunday Igboho will be the one who is called a Messiah today. I give kudos to what he's doing. I give kudos to him for what he's doing. But I'm saying, how long will you guys, Yoruba people, allow him to live before you kill this one too? How long will you allow him to live before you kill this one too? So tomorrow you now see all these Fulani'S. When you are ready to chase Fulani out of your land and take your life back, you know what to do. Baba yo bale mi o babalawo si ni mo nse o. You can always reach me for your consultation. I'm a spiritualist, I'm not a politician. But I know the history of this country. I know the history of this nation. And I'm saying this because you guys are putting us in a bad light. You are putting us in a bad light and people are scared of coming to Nigeria. People who want to come to Africa, the first place they think about is Nigeria. When you meet someone abroad and you say you are a Nigerian, the first thing they say to you is, how is Africa? They think the whole of Africa is Nigeria. So a Nigerian is a representative of the whole of Africa, as big as it is. Don't spoil our name, don't spoil our image. You are messing things up. for yourself, for us, for everybody, for our children. So a Fulani man will gallantly go into the campus, kidnap children in Yoruba land, rape them, and still demand for ransom in Yoruba land. Walk into anywhere they want. Somebody will go and study abroad, come to do farming here. You will mess up his land, and he will come to you and say, why did you do this? You will tie him to the tree, and you will butcher him. And the government is not seeing anything wrong in that place. They did not deploy the commissioner of police to Ibarapa or Igogon when that happened. It was when they went there for you to know that the government is with them. They are the government themselves. You can see the effrontery and with which wisdom they are using, with which boldness they are using to talk. I'm going to be signing out here. I'm not able to read your comment if you have given a comment because I'm driving and I have my life to live also. Mistake. Have a nice day, guys, and think about all I said. The choice is yours. It's in your hand. Bye for now.